Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Ace and I got more Guild Wars 2 content here for you, showing you the Act 3 dungeon slash mini boss, or just a straight up boss I suppose, that you can now do. Now with this cutscene you might think, what the hell is going on? There should be a Mad King. You would be right. Mad King should be trying to climb out right now. Unfortunately the cutscene was bugged for pretty much everyone, and this cutscene only happened at the beginning of the event, directly at the beginning as an introduction. But try to imagine a Mad King trying to climb out in a priory, suppressing it with lightning bolts, and then you ascend to madness, which I believe is the official name of the dungeon. As you can see, my action bar changes, which is the beginning part, phase 1 as it were. It's basically a game of Simon Says. Unfortunately as well, this bugs out right now. I suspect it to be patched relatively quickly, but your action bar will change if you fail, mobs will spawn, etc, etc. If you fall to your death, you might have messed up, which brings me to the tactics of this fight. Falling to your death or just taking fall damage is going to be a relatively big part of the fight, as well as the most difficult part in fact. First of all, there's a fear mechanic that the boss does regarding scarecrows, if I'm not mistaken. And if you are standing too close to the edge, you will fall off because you can't control your character if you're feared, unless you break the fear. You can also mess it up, or you might glitch out if you do leap or like special abilities that will bring you from point A to B faster. As you saw with my leap of faith with my greatsword, I kind of jumped off. Bit of a stupid mistake, but it can happen, so be very careful with that, because those fences around the edges are only for show and not in fact actually do their purpose as you would think a fence would do. Now this fight is actually relatively simple. You see some red circles on the ground, they are pumpkins. If you get hit by them you get minimized. You can't use your abilities, you take some damage. The scarecrows, once again, if you stand in the giant circle of the scarecrow you will take some damage, birds will attack you. That's pretty much it. And you get the potential to being flee, or you might be feared if you don't take him out quickly enough. But once again, if you're not standing too close to an edge, it really is not an issue, because the boss itself doesn't do all that much damage. As you can see right now, we're fighting ads as well. If you go from point A to point B, or from platform 1 to platform 2, or from 2 to 3, or from 3 to 1, you might encounter some spiders. Nothing to be worried about. I would recommend not fighting them at all. You can actually just jump down, take a shortcut, or just straight up ignore them whatsoever. Not even take a shortcut, but just directly jump to where you are supposed to be, especially if you have that jumping, falling damage reduction trait active. And as you can see, that's pretty much it. It's tanking, spanking. You will see the red circles during this fight. But I do recommend as well to make sure that you are extremely careful where you fight him. It is supposed to go from platform 1 to platform 2 to platform 3, I believe. Unfortunately, as you can see right here, you can also jump to smaller platforms depending on where your team is, which then, if you have a flee mechanic, might screw your entire team over. But you can waypoint back if you're dead, because there's a waypoint in. Anyway, this is the reward, your second try. Some nice XP, some nice items. And in my first attempt, I was actually too quick with leaving the dungeon itself. If you are actually paying attention, or if your instance didn't particularly bug out, you might have seen that there was actually a lower area which you can access by doing a little bit of jumping on the side here. Be extremely careful with this jump right here. It might kill you if you jump wrong, but if you have swiftness and such, it should not be too much of an issue. And if you keep jumping down here, there's a lower platform, as you can see, a platform 3, I suppose, which will spawn a chest once you have killed the boss. So make sure to take that with you if you go. Anyway, that's it. Go into Lion's Arch and jump to the madness, or ascend to madness, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.